Why is AP Tryndamere good? How have I been able to win 8 of my last 12 Tryndamere games in Challenger with AP Tryndamere? Why is it so effective? Why is it better than AD Tryndamere? If I want CDR, why am I going AP and not something like Black Cleaver or Triforce? How come I'm not doing Season 6 like Black Cleaver build? The reason is, the reason why AP Tryndamere is so good, one, crit items got nerfed. So as you notice with my build, there are 0 crit items. Now they got nerfed as far as gold count, and it's just not very effective. Also, Essence Reaver got changed. And for a while, we've been looking for a good CDR option for Tryndamere in order to basically spin and win, right? Now, why am I maxing E first on AP Trend? Here, I'm going to show you guys something. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up my games to show you my skill order as well. Alright. So this is my account. Let me see if it's updated. Is there a game where I got level 18? Well, 15 is good enough, right? We'll take a look at the build together. Take a look at the runes. Conqueror. Why does Conqueror work in an AP build? Well, if we read Conqueror, after 4 seconds in combat, your first attack against an enemy champion grants you bonus AD based on your level. And it converts 20% of your damage to champions to true damage. It's not only auto attacks, it's not only physical damage. All damage is converted to true damage. Like 20% of it. And since we're a melee champ, we get to refresh this buff over and over again. And if you notice here, I'm maxing my E. I usually put 2 points in Q, just so I have enough AD to last hit the range minions under turret. And then I go with an E max. So by level 9, I'll have my E maxed out. Because of the recent Tryndamere buff, where Tryndamere's E cooldown goes down to 7 seconds, having CDR like 45% with my build takes us down to 45% CDR, which means it's 3.85 second cooldown spins, which is really good for sticking on top of your opponent. The reason why I'm going more of a conservative like rune setup for laning phase is because AP Tryndamere doesn't thrive on trying to snowball laning phase super hard just by like we did with the AD build, getting your team out, trying to snowball from there, getting your Zerkers, snowballing from there. That's not how we play. We can still be aggressive, level 1, 2, and 3. But afterwards, we play a little bit back. We stop the aggression. Dial it down a notch. We wait up until we get 45% CDR, which realistically, you should be getting 45% CDR probably about by at least the 15-minute mark. If you're in a really hard matchup, maybe it's about 17 minutes. Here's the order in which I do my build. I still start Doran's Blade. Why start Doran's Blade in the AP trend? Well, Doran's Blade is still the best starting item. I mean, what else would we start? Amptome? Amptome doesn't help us with our sustained trades like a Doran's Blade would. Because Doran's Blade will amplify our auto attacks, and Doran's Blade amplifies our spin damage too. Whereas if we got Amptome, it would only amplify the spin by 20 damage. Doran's Blade amplifies it by 10, plus it gives us 8 AD for auto attacks and crits. And it's got a little bit of sustain on it too. And the health, which is also really nice. And then I usually go Fiendish Codex first item. The reason why I go Codex first instead of Stinger, the AP helps along with your Q, because your Q has an AP ratio, in order to sustain in lane, because we're playing a little bit passive, right? We're mostly just focused on farming, trying to get to level 9, trying to get to our CDR. Then we go Stinger. Just try to build Gnasher's Tooth first item. Our next two CDR items will be Sheen and CDR boots. Make sure you get the Sheen and the CDR boots before you finish out your Lichbane, because you want to get to that 45% CDR as fast as possible. After you get your Gnasher's Tooth, after you get your Lichbane, you got your CDR boots, you're really strong. Your mid game with AP Tryndamere is insane. You're going to be spinning everywhere. If you haven't seen the power of AP Tryndamere, please watch my other YouTube videos and see for yourself like how strong it can be, especially when played well. I will admit that it's a little bit of a learning curve with this build compared to AD Tryndamere, because your damage won't be coming from your auto attacks for the most part. I would say until you get your Rage Blade, your auto attacks are pretty much only there. Like, you only auto attack to try to get your Fury up and to try to crit to get more spins. The majority of your damage will be from your spin. Now, Tryndamere spin, even if you build AP, will still deal physical damage, which is really important. Okay, you'll see sometimes some people are silly. They see you building AP and they'll build MR against you. Those people you're going to crush. Now, let's compare AP to AD. The reason why I think AP is better than the AD build right now is because your mid game is really strong. With the AD Tryndamere build currently, you have a strong early game. Your mid game is a little bit weak because of lack of CDR. And then your late game is really strong again. And for the most part, you're really just looking for E-Flash plays with AD Tryndamere to like maybe flank, or you're looking to hopefully you can 1v1 your opponent. But let's talk about why AP Tryndamere is good. The early game is like early levels 1 through 3, it's the same as AD. After that, it's weaker until you get to about level 9. When you get level 9, you're stronger than AP or AD Tryndamere. AP Tryndamere has a very strong mid game because of the CDR spike. And these are CDR items that give you damage too. So Lichbane has the Spellblade proc, which is like the Sheen proc. You're able to hit that consistently on your opponents because you have your spin on a 3.85 second cooldown, which is still reduced by critical strikes. And then you also have like your Gnasher's Tooth on hit and the flat out ability power. Now, I'm gonna answer a few questions from my Twitch chat here. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, oh yeah, can you explain why you don't build Infinity Edge and Fan Dancer for your last two items? Okay, so let's go over the full AP Tryndamere build. This is what the AP Tryndamere build is going to look like for the most part. This Hextech Revolver is going to be building into Gunblade. The reason why, after I get my first, my core items, my CDR boots, my Gnasher's Tooth, and my Lichbane, and my Rage Blade, why don't I go Phantom Dancer Infinity Edge for 100% crit after that? The biggest reason is it doesn't synergize with the AP items you built. Your Gnasher's Tooth and your Lichbane and your Rage Blade all have ability power scalings. Now, if you build items that don't give you ability power, you're going to lose out on a lot of damage just to try to get 100% crit. And critical strikes don't even mean that much, because a lot of your auto attack damage is just from the on hits, from your Ginsu's Rage Blade, your Lichbane, and your Gnasher's Tooth. So now the items after the core, so Gnasher's Tooth, Lichbane, Rage Blade, CDR boots, you get these 4 items. What the heck? Oh, I guess it refreshed the page. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, after you get these items, your your next items are situational. In this game in particular, I went Death Cap because I just wanted more damage and more AP. That way I have bigger heals on my Q. But also, what I could have done is I could get something like a Zanya. I could get Banshee Veil. I could get Spellbinder if I wanted more movement speed. I mean, there are a ton of ability power utility items that could help you after this point. For the most part, you're going to be wanting a Death Cap at some point. And if you do build something like a Zanya or a Banshee Veil, those items do give you 10% CDR. So say if I went Zanya because they have a lot of AD champions, then I'll be selling my CDR boots for tabbies. And if I get a Banshee Veil, I'll be selling my CDR boots for Merc Treads. Just to try to itemize against, either CC, like you want the tenacity from Merc Treads, or itemize against like a heavy AD comp where everyone's trying to one-shot you. Like if they have like Quinn and Talon and Zed and stuff like that. I like the AP Tryndamere build because of mobility, the synergy, the mid-game power spike, and the fact that the build is so adaptable to pretty much every situation. And we can abuse like sustained trades because we have Conqueror. And Conqueror works with your spin damage and amplifies your spin. This build is good on this patch. I tried it on previous patches, and it was just falling short. The biggest reason why I switched to this build is because of the cooldown buff on Tryndamere's E. Is there any other question I'm missing? Shirelias? I don't think Shirelias is needed because, I mean, you spin every 3.85 seconds. You don't need the bonus extra move speed. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, if you guys want the full build, you guys can check out my Twitter. Twitter.com/FogDFW2. Oh, hey, it's my dog Rigby, too. And I have a picture here. I'm going to pin this to my profile. That way you guys can see it. Let me go and refresh my page. Now, if you want to have the AP Tryndamere build, I have a neat little picture here. Why AP Tryndamere? What to max first, the full item build, the situational items you can build, the rune setup. You can check it all here. This is like a short mini guide if you're like in a game and you're like, oh shit, what do I build next? Just look at the guide. So we got all this stuff set up for you. That way you can succeed with AP Tryndamere. And if you still have questions, you can always check out my stream, twitch.tv/FogDFW2. If you want coaching on it, my coaching prices are $30 for a replay review where I go over one of your recent matches. Or I can do a 2-hour session with you for $80. Anyways, I hope you guys have fun with this new OP Tryndamere build. It's something that we're pulling back from Season 3, and it's now viable again in Season 8. Thank you guys for checking this out. Thank you guys for listening to what I have to say. I hope you guys succeed with AP Tryndamere. And I'm always looking to make the build better. So if I make any changes to this build, I'll let you guys know as soon as possible.
You never stood a chance.